shit.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. I'm Antonio Perez, joined as always by Danny Cole, DCU Thibs Fired, Chris Coulter, CB Coach Boy. We got another great episode for you guys today. We will be, of course, previewing the NBA Finals. It is that time of year. And we'll also talk about Tom Thibodeau. He is out in New York. They have fired him as of today, effective immediately, So someone had to go in New York, and it was him, and we'll talk more about it. But before we get into any of that, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications. Audio listeners, make sure you follow the show, leave a like on the episode, 5-star review, all that good stuff to push the algorithm. I also want a preference. I don't know if these two are trolling me. If Danny is in Chris's spot and Chris is in Danny's spot, please let me know. They're saying it's not, but
we're not trolling.
These two could be scheming me. They could be scheming me. But let's go to Danny for Summits and Plummets.
Let's get it. You can consider a summit or a plummet, but it's just some news I had to drop. The Bandits are not playing summer ball, but me and Tony will be on opposite teams.
Tell him what you did. You went to the team. You went to the team that the commissioner of the league is on. You boys is chumps. You keep running from the grind.
I'm not running from the grind.
You're running from the grind.
KD
still had to put pen to paper, bro. You are running from the grind.
And KD was the biggest addition to the Warriors. That's me.
Brother, get ready to learn O-line.
No, I play defense.
Oh, bro?
Yeah.
I was talking to Ish. He might. He said, I don't know. It's probably going to be the same thing. They called me up for playoffs. We won a chip. So.
Yeah.
But you running from the grind, Grass ain't always greener. Remember that.
Yeah, it'll be a good game. You guys got C4 and them.
You boys is chumps. That's what Dave said. That's like that might be my favorite NBA comment ever. Like by a player.
You only need y'all's Dame to say that, all right?
Dame will say it.
Maybe. No, he don't. I feel like you don't talk crap like that.
He definitely does. I played football with Damian Thompson for many years. Yes, he
Fair
does.
Enough.
No, that's definitely a plummet. You're definitely an op. You're a snake.
I'm about to post.
You're Danny getting Coale for Christmas.
I'm about to post KD the decision. DC the decision. It's with a heavy heart that I'm leaving OKC.
A heavy heart, my ass. You're just signed the minimum to play with the Blue Bloods.
I just signed a max.
Do you know our team name though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sinners. It's kind of tough. I guess I'm like the Haley Steinfeld of the group. I don't know.
Nah, you're Josh Allen.
Okay. Just put me in the chair, why don't you? Well, what's the summit though? Well, if that's a summit, you got to have another one. You just came back from LA. So
yeah, beautiful summit.
One can say you escaped from LA.
I might have.
Giovanni will get this.
I think the amount of burritos I had might have in LA might have kept me over for the year. Every meal was a burrito. Newport Beach is famous for their chocolate-covered banana, which I didn't know. They freeze the banana. They dip it fresh in chocolate. It's not like frozen out of the fridge. It's like dip it fresh in chocolate, and they put like toppings on like Oreo and nuts. And it's one of the best things I ever had. Had like 4 of them.
I mean, if you're eating burritos the whole time, macro's got to be solid.
Burritos and bananas, man. What can go wrong?
I mean, were you really even cheating? To be entirely honest,
not at all.
Not at all, boy. Unless you cancel out the 1 million beers on vacation.
Oh, no beer. I had Pacifico Cerveza, Mexican beer from California.
Mexican beer from California. Very interesting.
Be
a real Mexican. Have a Modelo.
California used to be Mexico, so
big if true, and it is true. So that is
Baja Sur.
Chris, what about you? Summits and plummets.
Well, my summit is that my mom's birthday is Thursday. She'll be turning the big Brian Urlacher.
Yeah, Brian Urlacher.
Yeah. She'll
hey,
be
Matt. Hey, bet.
Bitty Foski. And I only said that because she didn't want me to say her real age, but I said it anyway. So sorry, Mom. Yeah, that's a summit. So I'm looking forward to kicking with her for her birthday. My mom, funny enough, wants to go to a sports bar on the Saturday of her birthday to drink and watch whatever sport is on. That is the direct quote. My mom doesn't care if it's lacrosse, water polo, swimming, gymnastics, whatever. She just wants to watch it. So my eyes will be glued. Yes. And then I'll go double summit. I've been seeing like OTAs and stuff. I've been seeing the glorious one, Lil 8 Ball Jackson, and new haircut Flowers. Learning from D Hop. It's just been beautiful.
Flowers bald?
Huh?
Is Flowers bald?
Close. He has a fade.
Yeah, waves now.
Yeah. Well, it's like a little dusty fro. It looked like when you're in between trying to get like little twists. I think he's about to work hard. That's what it screams. It screams hard.
D-Hop told him your hair got to look dusty as shit to be one of the great ones.
He said,
and one great player with good hair.
Say less. And Rashad Bateman, like, I'm just gonna keep being because I'm not doing it on my hair. But Bateman, not the Bateman from State Farm commercial. Another good year coming from my boy Bate. But yeah, it's just been cool watching OTAs. Good to see Stephon Diggs made it. I'll leave that there. But it's good to see he made it because he seemed like he had been busy.
I mean, this is peak wide receiver. This is beyond wide receiver one behavior. But I will say, speaking of Stephon Diggs, he did look really good for someone who just tore his ACL.
Yeah.
11 months ago?
Oh, 8 months ago.
I don't know what it was. It's probably closer to 10, 11.
And before I'm done, last thing I'll give to you, Tom. I do want it to be known that what Stephon Diggs did may not even be worse than the OBJ boat picture because OBJ was on a boat in Thibs. So that damn near makes it worse regardless of what was going on.
That's definitely worse.
Being on a boat in shoes that heavy, you're asking to get Titanic. So
not only one, he was one of Thibs. Two, but and here's the thing, he was like, that picture wasn't even supposed to go out. It's like, bro, y'all took the pic. We're 2016. We're peak Instagram, bro. Yes, you did.
Peak.
Stephon Diggs, bro. It's almost like he wanted the world to know he was passing out the pink Himalayan salt and having other girls call you father with your girlfriend on a boat with other girls.
But at least he did tell them in moderation. He didn't want them to do too much. Diggs is a man of people, some may say.
What do you say? He's a great guy. He's a great guy. I can't even be mad at it, bro. We need these kind of theatrics in the NFL. We don't need George Pickens trying to beat everyone up.
Well, I actually don't mind a little UFC MMA on my Sundays. So if George Pickens get a little attitude, I'm cool with that. Him and DK.
Yeah, but like he needs a good reason at the very least.
Imagine him and DK upset at one cornerback and they just rush him. What is he gonna do?
Want to hear my hot take? Steelers receiver room is better this year than last year.
DK
automatically because you have DK Metcalf. I would say so. You basically replaced Pickens with DK. I think.
And then you're getting Roman Wilson back. You add Robert Woods instead of Quez Watkins was their wide receiver 4 going into the season.
Bro, Bob Forrest is not giving you nothing in the big 2025.
He's better than Quez Watkins.
Dude, poop is better than shit. I guess. Like I don't know.
But Gabe Davis on the way, apparently. Mr. 175 every 6 games.
Yeah, Gabe Davis isn't good, my man.
175 every 6 games. Averages out 25 yards a game.
Yeah, that brother's bad. He got cut from the Jaguars. I think that lets you know. I digress, though. It can't get much, any addition, anything to figure out what's going on in Pittsburgh will be great to help out Will Howard go 14-3 in his first year. The Big Ben recipe.
He looks good. Caleb Johnson also looks like a beast. We just switched spots. Yeah.
Okay. It didn't change on my end, so that's very weird. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to stop messing with it because I did that so long ago because I was just trying to test. So whatever order we're in, don't even worry about it because the show goes on and most of the people watch on Spotify anyway.
I'm Antonio Perez.
Yeah. Summit. I just saw a really funny video. Danny knows what I'm talking about, Chris. There's these dudes on TikTok where they'll make a bracket of like just random things, like the great like uh bracket of the greatest things ever, the most annoying things ever, most unfortunate things, like things like that. And they'll talk in like the March Madness bracket mania, like bracket madness type of style, where they'll talk really fast. So let's say, like there was an example, they were just talking about what were they talking about? I'm trying to think of an example. Like they'll talk about one where it's like 16 worst things to most annoying things. He said number one, we have iPhone charger that only works at a specific angle versus 16 crying baby, and the answer would be like, he said, look, this 16 seed, they're very annoying. They do like to cry a lot, but that number one seed, you know how that feels. And then like they'll just talk in a very fast and like it's great
please,
stuff.
I need that.
I have to send you one, dude. They are so funny
My
because
brain
one of them most of the time it does the host part and he's a real raspy voice, like like a sports host would, and then the other one talks real fluent. They get up in suits and stuff. They're hilarious. So I gotta send you one of those. I don't know if it's really a summit person. Probably. I mean, I gotta take Bentley to the vet tomorrow for his checkup. That's just not fun because of who Bentley is. But
Yeah.
Chris, have you ever had to clean? Have you had to clean Cedar's ears yet?
Yes.
I hope for you that Cedar is a lot more cooperative than my dogs.
Oh yeah, so let me tell you, Cedar is Egyptian king, and I'll tell you why. Anything that goes along with pampering, dudes with it. Getting brushed, ears cleaned, nails clipped. Like when he's got his first name, it was like, yeah, he's the first like puppy that didn't really cry when he got his nails clipped. Like anything pampering, dude is with it. Anything that helps his well-being, though, he's against it. But pampering, he's with it.
Yeah, this is why pit bulls are like the face of like, oh, I got that dog in me. Because like, no, I want nothing handed to me. I'll do it all myself. No, Bentley, you cannot get the Q-tip in your ear yourself. You don't have thumbs, buddy. But he's a lot better than he used to be. I'll say that. Let's move on to our first topic of the day, which is Tom Thibodeau out as head coach in New York. Immediate reactions: right move, wrong move. Who do you think made this call, and who do they potentially look to fill that spot?
I'll say
Doc Rivers. Oh,
yeah, I'll say right move, but wrong move at the same time. It's the right move because you had to blame somebody. Somebody had to take the blame for what happened, and it's easier to replace a coach than it is to replace a $40 million cat or who you severely underpaid, Brunson, your best player. It's easier to replace a coach than that. I think it opens up the pipeline for the Jay Wright Villanova connection to kind of finish, or Mike Malone. Please watch for that name. I feel like Mike Malone's a name to watch for the Knicks. But yeah, I think it's the wrong thing because I don't think it's Thibs' fault necessarily. I don't think he had the ability to go as deep into a bench as we all may have wanted, because after McBride and Mitchell Robinson, who starting after a while, I'm cool on Landry Shaman and DeLon Wright minutes, respectfully. They are vets, but I'm very cool on it.
PJ Tucker? You don't like PJ Tucker off the bench at age 40?
I do love his shoes, and I will say PJ was bringing heat every game. It just didn't matter because we didn't see it, but he still had heat. I do want that to be known. So I think it's wrong move to fire him, but right move because you kind of had to. I do think Thibs did a good job. He made them as relevant as they've been in the last 87,000 years. Since they won a championship in the 70s, they're the most relevant they've been. And I think he wasn't really dealing with as stacked of a deck as everybody was trying to say. Like, for example, y'all know I'm Josh Hart fan club president. I don't know if Josh Hart's playing 40 minutes a game on 25 other teams in the NBA. I just don't think so. And in that point, he's damn near their backup point guard and their best power forward and second best rebounder at that point. So I think he did what he could with what he had. Yeah, so that's why I look at it.
Yeah. I Jay Wright didn't even cross my mind as an option. Brunson, Hart, McHale, they'll have to do a lot of convincing.
Oh my God, bro, that's like a kind of a brain fart. Like,
I didn't even think of Jay Wright. Like, what? Dude's been retired for 4 or 5 years now.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
It really isn't. But Mike Malone is probably going to be the favorite. My only problem
he's on a plane to New York right now.
My only problem is Knicks fans are going to have the same issue that they have with Thibs with Mike Malone. He is going to play Josh Hart 40 minutes a game, and know he's going to do it. Because
he will give somebody a chance. Like he gave Strother and those guys a chance every once in a while. He'll at least give a dude a chance in the 40th game of the season. Maybe not the beginning.
Like he might find a way to utilize Precious Achiuwa a little bit more.
Yes, bro.
Who's that? Forgive me. Who's that kid that got sitting on the bench marinating? What's his name?
Tyler Kolick.
Is it Tyler Kolick? I thought his name was.
Or the Diadetti dude.
Yeah. Well, you got those two waiting in the shadows, so maybe Mike Malone can speed up that development a little bit. And I think Mike Malone deserves a lot of credit. Like, I think one thing I would probably say he does better than Thibs, player development specifically. Look at Christian Brown; he became a more than serviceable player for a really good team, a contender, you would say. The toughest matchup that the Thunder are going to see all playoffs, or maybe. Michael Porter Jr. was considered damaged goods for the longest time, but Mike Malone found him a spot. You're going to be a spot up shooter. Just try on defense, and you're going to make money. That's what happened. Same with Aaron Gordon. You could say he's responsible for Jokic's development as well. That's not crazy to say that. I mean, Jokic always had the skill set, but it's a matter of maximizing it. And then Jamal Murray's always been a bucket, so that could go a long way over there as well.
And Chris, I believe both of us did say the Pacers in 6 last series.
No. So I said Knicks in 7, so I was wrong. One of you said Knicks in 6. One of you said Pacers in 7.
I said Pacers.
I think Danny might have said Pacers, and I think Chris did say Knicks. We all picked the Thunder. I said 7. Danny, you said 7. Or no, Danny, you said 6. Chris said 7. It didn't even get that far. So we definitely overthought it a little bit. The Thunder had a week and a half stretch of like bad basketball against the best player in the world, and then they were like, no, net rating FC for the win, and just took out the Timberwolves.
Did we though? Like, did we overthink it entirely? Like, Ant was playing some of the best basketball he's played in a minute against the Lakers. Like, and he couldn't keep it up against the Thunder. So.
And why? Unfortunately, Anthony Edwards only picks on old guys. Anybody his age can't.
Streets are saying.
Yo. We need to hold Anthony Edwards the same way accountability, the way we do with Jalen Green. Let's talk about it.
Jalen Green. I thought you were going to say Jason Tatum. I was like, okay.
Tatum too.
Jalen Green.
We need to hold Jalen Green to the Duke standards. That's what we need to hold him.
If Anthony Edwards trotted out there and went 2 for 7 in an elimination game, I promise you,
they would stone him.
I promise you, it'd be bad. But
Kevin Garnett was stoning himself. He would do himself.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett will roll up to Ant-Man's crib. He don't even like Minnesota, but I can see it because what Jason they did a thing. It's like guys.
They're both 23
who've been to 2 conference finals before the age of like 24. Tatum has the most wins of that group, and he's also been to 2. So it's like.
Wait, I saw one that said
he had a bad series, but I'm not. You get better, we bounce back. Like that's as easy as it gets.
Start, bench, cut, China.
All right. Start, bench, cut,
China. Yeah, you're not after cut. You're getting sent to China.
What do you have options on your hand or no?
I saw a Twitter. Hold on, I can pull it up right now. Hold up.
Yeah. Well, while you get that. Now, I just think with the Thunder series, like the Nuggets got 2 games off incredible Aaron Gordon stuff, and then just a couple of up games. What's the options?
Bro, it was okay. I know Ant's the reason it brought it up. It was Ant, Shea, Kyrie, and you'll never guess the 4th player.
Killian Hayes,
Austin Reeves.
Boy.
Sorry, brother, you're gonna be ashamed.
The funniest thing is, I would say all 4 of these players are just in different categories. Shea is best player in the world category, a tier A superstar. Anthony Edwards is a top 10 player in the league, most would say. Kyrie is still a top 15 to 20 player in the NBA, in my opinion. And then Austin Reeves, You're a great support guy. You're not even better than Derek White, I would say. But
Man, Austin Reeves is
Lakers
probably
Celtics is a contentious topic.
Well,
So.
I would say Austin Reeves top 40. I would say Austin Reeves top 40.
That ain't a bad take.
I say
Top 40,
top
top
50,
50.
but
Yeah, we're splitting hairs at that point. But
Because dude, I know we can talk about something else, but my friend was telling me like the Lakers should look into a Jaden McDaniels for Austin Reeves swap, and I was like, I don't think they do that just because Austin Reeves is one of the best assets that the Lakers have. Not saying he's just miles better than Jaden McDaniels, but like even on that type of scale, like McDaniels is like top 50, but I think Reeves is about 10 players ahead of Jaden McDaniels. Is that about valid, or you think that gap's closer?
I think it depends what you value though at that rate, because Austin Reeves is clearly a better creator. That's not up for discussion. But Jaden McDaniels is clearly the better defender.
You know what they should do? They should go ask for Derek Lively.
Derek, well, if you get him to LA, he works really well. If he doesn't have Luka, my brother's career is on life support. So
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Get him to LA.
They have my boy Derek Lively catching oops from Najee Marshall and Brandon Williams. Don't worry, my Duke Blue Devil gonna be back, y'all. Don't trip.
I'm just saying the Lakers should just call up the Blazers at this point. Klingon is clearly going to be the guy, and Williams is cheaper than Ayton. So just like do it. I mean,
ready?
Yeah, he's
six man.
He ain't going to stay healthy, but find out.
6 man like Rob will.
Yes.
I'm not. I will allow it. I will allow it.
We will allow it because Rob's cool, but
Rob Williams and Nick Claxton, 2 centers next year. I will allow it. Talk soon.
What is Mr. Connect going for?
Connect 4? Hopefully somewhere else.
Everything in my bank account.
Okay, ready? He's a Celtic.
Nah, get him out of here.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, we'll take Luke Cornett and Jordan Walsh.
You want to know the best part why that won't work?
Aiden Springer.
Luke Cornett has a no trade clause.
And he'll waive it.
He does.
He
does. Yes, he does.
We already talked to him. We'll get Austin in the
waving it to go be LeBron's scapegoat, I'm sure.
Yeah. Because look, would you rather be LeBron's scapegoat or Jaylen Brown's pick and roll partner? You having a thought?
I just sit out of here. It's all good. We'll help Tatum with the rehab and whatnot.
But Chris, I don't know if you know these names. Who is Johnny Bryant?
Johnny Bryant. Did he play in the NBA already? Yeah, he's a center in the NBA.
No, he's a
center in the NBA.
He's Knicks next head coach odds. He's number 1.
Johnny, is he black dude? Is Johnny Bryant black?
I think so.
I think he was a power forward. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken.
He's a coach.
Or Johnny O'Brien.
He's a Knicks assistant. I mean, he's a Jazz assistant coach.
Is it O'Brien? Bryant?
No. So apparently the top 4 odds are Johnny Bryant, Kenny Atkinson, James Borrego, Pat Ewing, and Mike Buds.
If they give Budenholzer a job, I know something. They are funneling money because ain't no way.
Yo, I wouldn't hate this. D'Antoni back.
Mike D'Antoni
court the whole game. Why not have him at least try to put the ball in the basket? I'm interested.
Intrigued to say the least.
I'll be there. Somebody has to buy me a ticket, but I'll be there.
I pay for my own ticket. Let's get into these. Let's get into this NBA Finals preview. This is best offense in the NBA versus best defense in the NBA. The Pacers weren't quite known for their defense until we've gotten into this playoff run where they have been more than exceptional. And then the Thunder are no slouches on offense themselves, you could say, with the highest net rating in the history of our game. So what should we start with? Do we want to maybe start with like a tale of the tape? Do we want to talk X factors? How should we go about this? We'll save predictions for last.
Yeah, I think we should start with player both teams are strong at, which both teams.
Let's talk strengths.
Let's start with the underdog though.
Okay, the Thunder. Okay, so
yeah.
The Pacers. I mean, the clear strengths. They get up and down the floor. They shoot the ball extremely well. Points off turnovers were a massive difference in why they beat the Knicks. So their transition offense, I would say, is probably their biggest strength. And then I would say their second biggest strength, and specifically why in this series it matters, depth. They can go to 8, 9 guys if need be. That's going to be very important in a series against Oklahoma City, who as good as their starting five is, they can still roll in 8, 9, 10 dudes if they wanted to, depending on the matchup. It just keeps everybody extremely fresh. So those would be my
Yeah.
top two choices for them.
And who do you think their X factor is? I'd love to. I think me and Chris both definitely agree with what their strengths are.
Yeah. So for the pace, I mean, last series I said it was Nemhard, but he really didn't have a great series, and they did perfectly fine. So that was very interesting. Neesmith ended up being, I guess, the X factor, tiring Brunson out, and then having that electric game one. I want to say, in this series, I'm gonna say, um, I'll say my X factor is going to be. I've been talking about this dude for like last 2 weeks, so I might as well. I'm gonna make it TJ McConnell.
That's mine as well.
Because in this series where the Thunder, when you play the Oklahoma City Thunder, you can't be bad on offense and you can't be bad on defense. Well, you can't be bad at either. You're going to get exposed on either end of the floor. TJ can't shoot, or he doesn't shoot threes at the very least, but he can't shoot. And he's not necessarily a great defender. So that's why I say he's such an anomaly of a player in 2025, because how do you stick around in the playoffs like this? So if he can find a way to be impactful like he always does on the court, that, continues, like I said, the argument of their depth. So that's why I'm picking TJ.
Yeah,
Also,
TJ McConnell.
His sister's hot.
That's a great reason. For me,
She
TJ McConnell.
She got picked up by the Mercury today, so that's why I know.
That's fire. For me, TJ McConnell as the frame and game of a guy who's probably 3 years in the NBA and out, but he's been doing it for 10.
He's that good, man. He's a special player.
He just has like an extra level of burst and grit. First guy in. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna go there, but no, he is like that. And
first guy in, last guy out type beat.
But no, TJ McConnell. If you watched his minutes in the Knicks series, they bled the Knicks out. It's the Knicks couldn't get a break, and when the Pacers get these leads on the Thunder, it's about pulling away and not letting the Thunder come back in this game. You saw the Thunder; they're susceptible to go down big early. In Game 7, they were down 15 points against the Nuggets. They stormed back and didn't leave the Nuggets a chance to come back. If the Pacers have any chance of winning this series, it's going to be TJ McConnell and these bench unit guys like Ben Mathurin pushing the lead.
Yeah. Speaking of Ben Mathurin, he had quite the up and down series against New York. I mean, we got 9 points, 0 points, 2 points, 20, 23, 4. So,
yeah, certainly interesting.
And
player.
it's all a matter of minutes with him as well. So.
Him and Aaron Neesmith are just rotating who's dropping 20.
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way. Yeah, Nemhard. I mean, again, an up and down series from him against New York. Neesmith.
Yeah, Neesmith had one of the best shooting games I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, he had 30. Aaron Neesmith had 30 in a playoff.
That is the loudest 30-point game I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, fourth quarter alone, he had 20. So, yeah.
Down the stretch. It might have been the last 6 minutes of the game, too.
Yeah, probably. He just started lighting it up. So,
and the shots he was taking.
Chris, who do you have for your X factor, or what are some of the bigger strengths for the Pacers in this series?
I think the X factor is Miles Turner, and the reason I say Miles Turner is because I think that's where the Pacers are weakest at. If I had to choose a weak point, it would be at the center space, is because I think Siakam's a phenomenal power forward, but I think Toppin's a good center to have when you have Siakam out there, but you're having rim protection. So, like, what Miles Turner does is so important, especially for the way the Thunder play up and down. And when they are in the full court, yes, they're going to shoot the open threes, but they're trying to get to the basket. Miles Turner's got to be a deterrent because they have one other end in check. And I think Miles Turner was kind of in that series. He kind of disappeared a couple games, or a couple times he was not really making that big of an impact. And Towns and and Mitchell Robinson, like all due respect to them, I don't think they're a better duo than Chet and Hardenstein, especially with how well they played together when they've been together. So Turner can't struggle like that again, or he can't be slow to move on pick and rolls, or he can't be slow to move on pick and pops. He has to be on top of everything. So I think he's the X factor, because what Miles Turner can do is what every team's looking for: a 7-footer who can shoot the three. He can and protect the rim. He doesn't rebound the best, but he does those two things very well. I think he has to do that for them to be able to compete with the Thunder for a 7-game series. Like, they can win a game without it, but to win 4 out of 7, I think Miles Turner has to be huge.
Yeah, and I think another thing is in this, and here's one thing I worry about specifically in this series, like the Thunder could just flat out, Hartenstein, you're just gonna get less minutes because we don't need a reason to keep Miles Turner in the paint. If we go Chet full time, play a little bit of our quote smaller ball where our center is still 7-2. We can space this floor. The guy who leads the league in drives is just gonna go, 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 go. And Miles Turner won't be in the paint to help. And if you do, then we're going to kick Chet, who's one of the best shooting bigs in the game. So that's one worry. But in those Hartenstein minutes, you do have to be effective. Like you said, you do have to deter Shea, Dub, any attackers away from the rim.
What's crazy? I don't know if
don't get smoked in
Hartenstein.
transition.
I'm gonna love to see this. Can Hartenstein keep up with Pascal Siakam?
I would say the answer is no. So that's why I kind of really worry about like his minutes in this series.
Yeah, I know. That's like
he started every game, but I don't think he's. I'm going to double check, but I don't think he cracked 20 minutes in any. He got 27 in game 2, and then 20 in game 1. But after that, there was a clear switch.
Rick Carlisle can throw out some funky lineups to really mess with the Thunder, and it's going to be really, really interesting to see how they counter.
Nah, Rick Carlisle, he's gonna gaslight Dagnall to be like, he's gonna be like, yeah, he's like, yeah, Jalen Williams. I don't know why that guy's not starting. He's a special player. He's gonna be like, Ousmane Dang. I mean, just a great talent. We got to be prepared for him. That's what he was doing. And then, what do you know? Thibs brings out like campaign or something like that.
Campaign was kind of hooping.
He's gonna be like, we got to be ready for Nikola Topic.
They said Campaign shoots the ball in the.
He shoots it like a. I don't even know. Shoots it like
a baseball.
But yeah, I like the Miles Turner one a lot. I was definitely considering that one. Chet is going to be a problem, especially less Hartenstein minutes, et cetera, et cetera. What about their biggest weaknesses though? What do we think might be something that the Thunder that they have to be on their toes of, that the Thunder might be able to take advantage of, or not might, they will take advantage
of? I would say just how deep they are. And I know everybody's been looking at this as a W, but a lot of times what works best in the playoffs is shortening your rotation. And at some point, you're going to have to do that. I think so. The Pacers are going to have to, and it's going to either have to make that choice. Is it going to be Nembhard? Is it going to be McConnell? Is it going to be Neesmith, or is it going to be Mathurin? Because my thing, I don't think they'll be able to sustain playing 10, 11 guys for this series. I think you'll need your best 6 or 7 on the court at all times, when you can. So I think that can be the only thing, because a lot of the W to playing so many players at once, playing so many players is easy to get a rhythm. So whenever they're called upon, they're always ready to go. So that's my only thing, is how deep they are. If they all can't play consistently, then when they do need a Nembhard big shot, or they do need a McConnell spark energy, are they going to be able to provide that? Because I don't think they're going to be able to go as deep in this series as they have in the previous one. So that would be my only thing. Just take advantage of the depth that they're used to.
Yeah, I like that.
I would agree with it. And the same could go for the Thunder, though, even though your bench players are a little bit better. But
their bench players are 100% better. Isaiah Joe might be getting minutes in this series.
Actually, I saw a thing today. It was talking about everyone in like the Thunder's main rotation is a plus defender, besides like Joe and Wiggins, and there's still no slouches. So, like, statistically a plus defender. But let's go to the Thunder. Let's talk about some of their strengths, weaknesses, X factors, and whatnot. I guess I can start. Strengths, deep, MVP. Everyone can shoot for the most part. Defensively, they'll just swarm you. They'll eat you alive. With Caruso, Dort, J-Dub, even Shea will get in the mix. Chet is not letting anything happen at the rim. So that's going to be a clear-cut advantage. I'm really interested to see who guards Halliburton. Caruso, it could be like, he's physical. He can deal with the twitchy guard, but yeah, it'll probably have to be him, and then they'll put Dort on Siakam, I would say. But just interested to see those matchups. As for X factors, for the Thunder, ooh, I really don't know because they are such a wagon. Like is such a team unit kind of thing. Um, yeah, I'll say Luke Dort guarding Pascal in the half court can be a bit of a task, but he is all defense for a reason. But more so, what the Thunder do a really good job is getting in legal guarding position, then being physical, so you don't get fouls called on you. Just staying out of foul trouble is all I would really ask for Dort, and hit your open threes. We do know he's the fakest 40% shooter of all time, just like last year's Isaac Okoro. So um, as long as he hits his threes, hits his threes, stay out of foul trouble, the Thunder should be, they'll be all good. What about y'all?
Yeah.
Any X factors?
Yes.
You know what?
Oh, go ahead.
I think the X factor is Dagenham.
That's that was one of the first things that crossed my mind. So I like that one.
Like, is he going to outcoach Carlisle? Like, you're going to have to wait and see. I think he's a great coach. Carlisle has all the experience in the world, so it's like you kind of just it's a waiting game. Are we going to see the guy with the more experience win, or the young guy with less experience but kind of more brain?
Yeah, it'll kind of, like like we said, Carlisle likes to play these mind games. You said he could throw out those funky lineups at people. How will Dagnall respond? I guess is because like if the Pacers, let's say they shorten their rotation, Dagnall might feel the pressure of like, oh, maybe I have to shorten my rotation. But that's not really what Carlisle is going for. He's like, oh, guess what? Benedict Mathurin, first minutes of the game, fourth quarter. Well, how are you going to respond? You're gonna roll out Aaron Wiggins for the first time? Like, what are we gonna do? So, or like or maybe Wiggins hasn't played in a couple quarters because that doesn't seem to be the deal. Oh well, now you gotta roll him out. So
Bring him
I
out.
like
Bring him out.
Yeah, Dagnall shouldn't overthink it. I would say. Chris, who's your X factor for the Oklahoma City Thunder?
I think I had the same one last time. It's Chet. And I think, Chet's always the X factor for me for the Thunder. Is because what he does for them makes them as good as they are. And why I say that is similar to what I said about Miles Turner. Every team's looking for a footer who can stretch the floor and protect the basket, and Chet does that very, very well. He's probably the best pure shooter in their actual starting five. Like in reality, he's probably their best pure shooter in the starting five. So him being able to stretch the floor, being able to be strong at the rim, rebound the ball, because Chet'll have a game where he has 5 boards, then he'll get 12. So I think he needs to rebound because he's going to have to play a lot of 5. I think it's going to be not a lot of Hardenstein minutes in this one, just in this series, because I don't think it lends to that. So I think he has to be able to be on the court 35 to 38 minutes a night and be able to be productive for that whole 35, 38. I think sometimes Chet disappears. It's not because he's trying to. It's so many other people, so many other moving parts on the Thunder. You can kind of forget about him. And I think this can't be a series where he's forgotten about. He has to be strong at the rim on offense and defense, and he has to be able to make his threes to open up the lane for Dub and for Shea. So that's why I think he's my X factor.
I like that. I think that's really a good one. The centers are going to be very important in this series. Last thing on this before we move on to a small little game, I wanted to because Chris fascinated me last time. So
we need to make our we need to make our predictions.
Yeah, we got to make our predictions first before we move on. So I'm picking the Oklahoma City Thunder in 6 games with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander winning the Finals MVP and capping off one of the all-time great guard or really seasons in general by a player.
Nice. I will go next. And I also am choosing the Oklahoma City Thunder in 6 games. I think that they're the best team in the league. I think that this team, if the Celtics last year were on paper, would go up and might beat them. It would be a hell of a series and probably go to 7. So I think this is one of the best teams we've seen in the last 15 years, 20 years, maybe in the NBA. Maybe only
This is one of the best teams of the century, no doubt.
Yeah. So I got this team going far, but the Pacers are very fun to watch, and I hope that they stick around.
I do want to know, I haven't picked the Pacers to win a single series this entire playoff run. But I'm also not surprised by the result either. So I picked Giannis over them because I wanted Giannis to have a cool run. It didn't happen. I finally believed in the Cavs, and they disappointed me. And then I picked the Knicks because I was like, we might as well lose to the champs. But that didn't happen. So maybe they proved me wrong again. Is Shea your MVP, Danny?
Oh yeah, Shea's my MVP. They don't win the series without Shea being the MVP, unless like Chet just decides to start playing bully ball and like absolutely bully like every player on the team. So.
I know another guy named Jalen who unrightfully won a Finals MVP. So
yeah, J-Dub could be the sleeper pick for real because he should have the 3rd worst defender on him, so he could be a sleeper.
Possible. And like, let's say maybe he guards Pascal, and they make that the headline. Oh well, he guarded Pascal. It's like, okay, do you want SGA to guard Pascal? Like, it's crazy.
$80 series. Good lord.
Iguodala.
Def Bean. I want Max Kellerman jailed, but outside of that,
not even his worst take ever. He said
it's not. I don't think it's even top 3.
He said Kawhi has more clutch moments than Kobe. They said name him.
That boy said, I mean, I don't have to name him off right now. You do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because I can name like 5 Kobe moments off the top of my head.
I can name 5 Kobe like moments where it's like I remember what celebration he did. Not even just the moment. Like I remember
I remember the fadeaway leaner against D Wade, the shot where he had to bring it all the way up court against the Suns in the playoffs.
When he told his old bench to sit down, when he's playing the Pacers, he hit that fade. We told his own bench, I got it, relax. Like, brother, why does he even talk? But I'll say the Thunder. My pick is Thunder in 6. I have Shea as the Finals MVP to cap off one of the greatest guard seasons of all time. Top 3 in the sport. Yeah.
Seems all pretty simple. We all have Thunder in 6. SGA.
Yeah, but there's a reality where the Pacers sweep, right?
At this rate,
if the Pacers sweep the Thunder, that would be the worst thing for the NBA, and I'll tell you why.
That'd be great for the sport.
No.
It would be horrible for net rating. It would be horrible for net rating fan club.
No, y'all missing the bigger, worse problem. If the Thunder get swept by the Pacers in the finals, then they go and trade for Giannis or KD for real. Like then that actually happens because they lose. Then it's bad for everybody. Then it's worse for. Imagine you swap Giannis for Hardenstein basically because that would be the money. They have to give mad picks and other shit. But imagine front court of Chet, Giannis, Dub, Shea, Caruso. Like that would scare me more than anything. That's why I want them to win. Like I don't want them to go do that.
Let's keep Sam Presti as a hoarder. Thank you.
Yeah, like bro, please no. Or imagine he's like, well, Jalen Williams, you couldn't cut it next to Shea, so he upgrades Jalen's and he goes and gets Jaylen Brown. Like I'm not saying he does for your sake the Celtics, but I'm terrified of what ammo they have if they do lose. that's what scares me.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you, Danny, by the way. He sneezed like 8 times. All right, so Reggie Miller was the last man to lead the Pacers to the NBA Finals. He retired in the year 2005. So Chris is going to tell me Chris is going to tell me where every lottery pick in 2005 went to college. Obviously, if they did not go to college, there's no answer. He already did 2012, and that was way, 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 way too easy. So let's go back to 2005. First overall pick, Milwaukee Bucks select Andrew Bogut.
I don't know this one.
I'm
kidding. It's Utah. I'm joking.
Oh my God, I thought he was about to troll me. I was about to flat out give the answer. Atlanta, with the second overall pick, selects Marvin Williams.
From the North Carolina.
I do have to say these top 8 picks all play 10+ years in the league. I gotta say that's like pretty impressive.
Oh, it's very impressive. That 2005 draft wasn't bad at all. Yeah.
Oh no, there's some names here, especially with our next guy up who's drafted to Utah, Darren Williams.
U of I, and before I say that, Darren Williams, Luther Head, D Brown at U of I. I don't know. I might be. I'm of course aging myself. That's what I do here, obviously. But if you want to go watch 3 guards in college basketball, Luther Head, D Brown, and Darren Williams when they were at U of I, they were special. That's why you know who Darren Williams is. They were special. Special.
The Knicks saw that and said, "Yes, we have to do this. We have to run 3 guards."
But I'm gonna send y'all. I'm gonna send y'all to some YouTube clips, bro. It's actually special. They were big ass shorts. They were special. They were special.
What was that big ass shorts?
I mean, if Chris did not get this one, what would Chris's existence be about? The New Orleans Hornets select Chris Paul.
Chris Emmanuel Paul, Wake Forest. Yeah. Oh boy.
Okay. Now I'm holding you to this. Where'd he go to high school?
In Winston-Salem, North Carolina. What's the name of it? I can't think of the name, but I know the city. I'm picturing the jersey right now. It's white and red. What's the name?
We made anything up because I have no idea.
It's somewhere in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I do know that for a fact because I remember watching his doc when his granddad passed. He scored those 61 points for him when he passed. Mm-hmm. I remember that. It was in North Carolina. I don't remember the name of it. Damn, I'm a casual.
This next guy is one of the more underrated longtime vets, Raymond Felton.
Oh, UNC. So they had three point guards back to back. That was crazy.
Next one was Martell Webster, who did not go to college, but played 10 years. Shout out. Next, Toronto takes Charlie Villanueva.
KG crazy for that joke, by the way. And he went to UConn. Yep.
New York Knicks select Channing Frye.
Arizona.
There we go.
I'm about to say, what the fuck?
Golden State selects Ike Diago.
They sold, by the way, Arizona State.
Yeah, because then we have Andrew Bynum, the youngest draft pick of all time, by the way. Clearly didn't go to college.
That's what that Fran dude. Fran something.
Fran Vasquez also. He didn't play.
Yeah. I just knew his name, but I don't remember anything he did good.
And then we have Yaroslav Korolev, who only played 2 years in the league as well. And then the last 2 picks are one of them. I think Chris. I mean, of course, Chris knows both of them, but he really doesn't like one of them. Charlotte select Sean May.
Dude, it's the Daniel Orton draft all over again. Sean May, North Carolina, and then loser Rashad McCants snuck in the lottery right after him because he was on a good team. Do y'all see how many UNC players right there? Felton, May.
That's 4 in the lottery.
Dude, and you know the biggest game that year was UNC U of I. And I'm gonna send y'all that game, bro. That game was so turned. But yeah, Rashad McCants snuck in the league off that. Daniel Orton type beat.
I'm gonna have a couple for you outside of the lottery. See if you can get them. Danny Granger.
Ooh. Holy, bro! I'm looking at this draft and I didn't know he went here.
It's almost Pascal Siakam type beat, but it's New Mexico.
Yep, Jarrett Jack.
Oh, a dog. Georgia Tech, dog.
Bro, this is insane.
Jarrett Jack's a dog.
Bro, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you one that I didn't even know was a player. Luther Head.
That's what I was just talking about. U of I. That's what I'm talking about. He's from Chicago too. He's from Chicago. That's kind of.
Bro, how about Chaminade legend David Lee?
Ooh. He's the Gator. The Gator. I'm about to be wrong.
Him and Beal, both Chaminade Gators.
You see, Chaminade was at the.
Tatum said, "The hell with that. We the brotherhood."
I'm going.
Yo, we're ready. Crazy one. Brandon Bass, 2nd round pick.
That's my boy, Brandon Bass. That's my man. And he did watch our story that day. I do want y'all to know that. He's an LSU Tiger. Football school.
I want to say this one because I just saw a Knicks fan wearing his jersey. Ronnie Turioff.
What did Ronnie Turioff? He went to Gonzaga. I remember him dunking just now. Back of my head.
That's insane. You remember him dunking back. You remember him dunking in the back of your head. Dude.
Okay. Now this one, well, I guess technically not. He would have went came out of high
Where is
school.
Monta Ellis from, dude?
Mississippi. You went to Lanier High School.
That is insane, dude. You know where Monta
Yeah, he just named
Ellis
his high
went to
school. It's crazy. Where Lou Will go to high school? They didn't go to college, so
it was in the A. It starts with a W. I mean, not WS. Is it a souvenir or something like that? It's something with an S.
I would have because on Basketball Reference, like if they came out of high school, yeah, it doesn't say anything.
I think it might
Either
be
came from overseas or
maybe.
Lou Will High
I could be
School.
wrong. I could be wrong. I think souvenir is where
South Gwinnett.
Gwinnett, yeah, he's from where the Migos from. It's Gwinnett.
Oh,
From,
oh my god, I did not know this dude. Okay, here are my last two. They
You
didn't
said
have a
start with
college.
S. Chris, you said start with an
This
S.
is really
It's South.
guess.
You're right.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, I was thinking of souvenir though. I think that's Travis Hunter. I think I was thinking of that because I'm dumb.
I wanted to bring
yeah,
up these two,
that-
but they
that is
didn't go to college. Shout out 56th, 57th pick of this draft, Amir Johnson and Marcin Gortat. Both played 12 plus years in the league. Amir Johnson.
James Johnson.
Amir Johnson. Okay, think of the okay. You know how people be on Jaren Jackson's ass because he doesn't rebound. Amir Johnson, I'm pretty sure averaged less rebounds than like Evan Turner, than like Avery Bradley. He was one of the most egregious rebounders I've ever seen in his years with Boston.
He didn't even try.
Legit one of my least favorite players. I've never hated somebody in green, but he was the closest I got to it.
Oh, Chris, I
never hated nobody in green. Well, I didn't
one
like Chris
more
Humphrey.
player.
I know that for sure.
Huh?
He's got one more for you.
Okay. What's up, baby boy? What you been eating over there? What is that?
Ersan Ilyasova.
Hey, Ilyasova went to high school? Went to college?
No.
I'm about to say if he went to college, I don't know that one.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
It was a test.
It's two people from this draft that I know we're not gonna say. Salim Stoudemire went to Arizona too, and Travis Diener went to Marquette. I don't know if Salim Stoudemire, they both made the league for a little while. Travis Diener played for the Knicks for a second. And when I was in high school, Travis Diener was like the white guy. Like if there was any like white basketball player to watch that was a guard, it was Travis Diener. And I just knew he was gonna be like a first round pick when we were watching him in high school when I was younger, when I was like in 8th grade.
Yeah,
he didn't really pan out, but he was really good in college.
And I ask you one more question: who was Mr. Irrelevant? If you get this, you're basketball Jesus.
2005,
60th pick of the draft.
Initials AA. He went to Pepperdine.
I was about to say West Coast School. It's not many Pepperdine.
That's why I didn't want to say the school because I feel like now he's just gonna crack down on Pepperdine NBA athletes.
Bro, there's probably like 3 of them ever.
It's Alex.
Yep,
Alex Acker.
Bro,
what the?
But I love college basketball, bro.
How would one even know that?
Bro, who is Alex Acker?
But think about it though. Pepperdine, I think they've probably had like 4 NBA guys. So I just narrowed it down. I was just like, I thought the other guys were like few and far in between, from what I remember.
Crazy. There's someone here who went to Jordan Walsh University.
Bro, I know that, Chris, but like Alex Acker isn't a name that would ever cross my mind.
Played 30 games in the NBA.
Like I'm telling you right
30 games.
A lot of times when I remember these players, it's like I remember 1 or 2 things they did at some point, and it just reminds me of them. Like Ronnie Turiaf, when I said that dunk, it's this random dunk he did like in college, and his jersey was damn near falling off because somebody was fouling him. So I just remembered like that. That's what I drew to.
Yeah, there's what 1, 2,
there's Hoopers in
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 second-round picks who played 10 plus years.
Andre Blatch is in the second round, if I'm not mistaken. 2005. I mean 2005. I mean,
there's some.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look it up now. Yeah, I was right.
Julius Hodge, NC State played 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ryan Gomes was a good college player. He was a Celtic for a minute. Actually, y'all drafted him. I remember. Wow. CJ Miles, Texas legend.
CJ Miles, I mean, 16 years in the NBA. He kicked it for sure.
He from funny enough, same high school as Chris Bosh, Skyline in Dallas. And the only reason I know that is because I live here now. And it's like when you go that way, or if you go into Skyline, that's damn near all you see is them two. And then it's a bunch of football players that like play high level D1 that went to Skyline too. So I just like we go in there, school is like a Hall of Fame shrine. We just go in there.
Chris doesn't know I'm pulling out the 1980 draft next week, and he has no choice.
I might be cooked. I might be cooked. I think I'm good. I think I'm good up until like probably starting like.
Don't give a year because you don't know how far I'll go.
I probably can like really name off the top of my head like 01 on down. Like I know 98 and 96. Like I know the big guys in those, but I couldn't tell you like front to back. But like 01, I probably could do at least 10 to 15 in 01. Probably. Just off the top of my head, I'm just thinking about certain people.
We'll keep that in the back pocket for sure.
Now, I feel like I kind of snapped right there today. I feel good.
No, you definitely did. You had me fooled at the first. He was like, I don't know this. Not that I knew this, but like, that was crazy. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications. Audio listeners, leave a like, 5-star review, follow the show, download the episode, all the good stuff. AP New Freezer.
Oh my God. And
comics and CD Deuce. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week.